When you're working on a MongoDB servers and you want to convert your MongoDB server to a replica set member, there may be a two thing that if you want to deploy a full replica set member to your production environment or your any environment, or you want to just add one more member to a already existing replica set members. So we will talk about that if you want to convert your standalone MongoDB server to replica set members, because I have already created a video about that. If you want to deploy a replica set member step by step, that this is in a two parts, and first part is all about what are the replica set members. Second part is the main thing. We will talk about that, what is in that and what we are going to do today. So you're watching Smarty Tech Phase and I am Anjali, just with a new video for you. So let's see what we are going to do. Firstly, I said that what if you want to convert your MongoDB server to replica set member. In the documentation given by the MongoDB itself, they said that if you want to convert a standalone to a replica set member, there are two ways. I must say they just give a one way, that if you have only one MongoDB server and you want that MongoDB server to replica set member, you can do that by this command. This command I have already explained. In this part I will provide the link for in the description box as well, and you will even find that video in the I button, so you can go that if you want to convert your MongoDB server to a replica set member using this command, repl set command. Okay, but what if you want to convert your MongoDB to a replica set member by a configuration file? Or that can be, you can ask me that what if you want to add one more member to a replica set member. Let's say you have already have 2 members or 3 members in your replica set group, okay, and you want one more member to that group. So what will you do? Firstly, you need to convert that MongoDB server to a replica set member, and that MongoDB must have same configuration you have already for the existing MongoDB server. So what I am saying that if you already having a, let's say, replica set of 3 members, one is primary, another 2 will be the secondary. You may have the 2 only, you may have a few more MongoDB server, that doesn't matter. I'm just talking about the concern that we may have. We have a primary, we have a 2 secondary, and you have a new MongoDB server, okay, that is not configured as a replica set member. And what if you want to just add one more member to that replica set? So what will it become? It will become like 1 primary and 3 secondary. So how you will do that? So for this MongoDB server, firstly you need to convert that MongoDB server, that should be in a replica mode, in a replica set mode. Okay, so because if it is not in a replica set mode, and if you want to add that member into this, it will not configured as a replica set member, and it will not able to do that activity which should be supported by the replica, and obviously it will not allow you to do without changing it to the replica set member. So however, if you want to add a new MongoDB server to a already existing MongoDB replica set, or you just want to work on a single MongoDB server and you want to convert into the replica set member to just for the testing purpose or anything else, you can do the same thing which I'm going to tell you today. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, firstly we will see that how we can convert this MongoDB server to a replica set member, and then I will tell you that what the steps you need to take care while adding this member to this already existing replica set members. Let's do it one by one. Okay, now I will show you that I am on my MongoDB server, that is in my localhost system. You may have your server on other IP address. So this is my MongoDB server, and this is my localhost system, and this is like single MongoDB server behavior. It will work as a normal MongoDB server behavior. Okay, it does not work as a replica set member because it is not showing me in a replica set mode, and I want to convert this into a replica set member firstly. So firstly, what will we do? You came out from that, and you just mentioned that you just need to change your configuration file. If you want that You can do this like using changing in the configuration file, or as I said earlier, you can do it using the replica set command. But you could not able to use that MongoDB's replica set to add in the already existing replica set members. So you can do it only for your own purpose. So what you need to do, just came out from the MongoDB and go to the configuration file where the configuration available. It is available at etc mongodb.conf. Go there, edit it, and you will find I'm working on a 4.0. You will find the same file on the other versions of the MongoDB. I'm on a 4.0. You will find this replication key. That you will not find this one, but I have commented it out. But you will only find the replication key. So for this, you need to just edit it and uncomment it. Okay, after uncommenting it, you need to mention the replica set name. What will be the replica set name? You can provide any name. That actually not care about that. What is the name of it? You can provide any name for the replica set, and I am providing here the RS1. So here you need to think about one thing. If you are giving any name, you can give any name to it. But if you want to add this member to a already existing replica set member, then please provide the same name that you have provided for the other replica set member. Okay, so let's say you have provided the name as RS1, and you can provide the RS1 here too. So just only you need to take care is this. Okay, so now application has been set, and you can just came with saving it. Now it is saved. Now what you need to do, just restart your MongoDB. Restart. This will be the logs. You can see the transition to the primary is completed. I'll came out from it and go to Mongo. So you can now see that firstly it was showing as the normal MongoDB, and now it is showing as the replica set mode with the replica set name and on which state it is. It is currently in a primary server because it is only having a one single server. Now we will see the next thing, that what if you want to add this member to a already existing replica set. Okay, so for this you need to do one more thing, that just came out of it, go to the configuration file and see see few things one by one. See, this thing you need to change only if you want to change the DB path. Okay, if you're seeing that you may have another part you may have that doesn't care about that, you can go to the another video that how to install MongoDB 7 and how you can set up it. So these things are just set up. You can set up these things on while installing the MongoDB. So you can go ahead. I'm just going ahead of it and just going another step, that you are converting it to the replica set. Now next thing you need to take care, while if you want to add your MongoDB server to our already existing replica set, firstly you need to convert into the replica set, which I have done. And next thing, you need to provide the same name that you have provided the name to the other replica set member, which I have also done. Now you need to see if your replica set, already existing replica set, already having a security enabled on it. So for this you also need to enable the security here. You may firstly having this commented, but it should be uncomment if you are already your replica set member already having a authorization enabled on it. If it is not enabled, just comment it out. Okay, you just don't need to enable it if your replica set members are not having authorization enabled. So I have an authorization enabled, so I am just uncommented. And then the main thing you need to do is you need to provide the key file. What is a key file? Key file is the file which you use for the internal authentication with the replica set member. How? I'll show you that. So this will be the key file, and the key file should be stored at this place. So how you will generate this file? You can go back to my playlist and you will find that how I generated the key file for the replica set. But here you do not have to generate it again. You should just take the same file from the other replica set members and just keep it in the same place and mention the path here. But I will show you that how it is look like. It is like this. This key will be look like this. It should be stored in your replica set member. Actually it just help for the replica set for internal authentication, that how it will authenticate to each other. Okay, because obviously they need the replication from each other, that they take the data from primary and store the copy in the secondary database, secondary server. So that need the internal authentication. And how it works? Works using this key. And how the key generated? You can go to this part and just see that how it is generated. And one more thing you need to do, that after storing the file at this path or whatever the path you selected, this key should be in the read permission only, and the ownership should be given as the MongoDB and MongoDB. The same ownership you have provided for the other MongoDB storage path and other folders, that same ownership should be given here. So after providing the path here, you just need to mention the path in this file. I forget to save it. So this is the path I mentioned here. So I have done the security part, I have done the replication name part, that should be same as the other replica set members, and other thing should be, you can do that. Okay, one more thing you need to do is, you need to comment for the bind IP, because if you not comment it out now, so what will it do? You will not able to connect to this MongoDB using it from your application, because it just only authenticate you to using the local host MongoDB, not from the other servers or other applications. Okay, so that you need to either comment it out. You can see the other members of your replica set, that how they use the bind IP. Some versions used to comment it, and some version may be used it for the like 00. So depends on the different versions. So see that other replica set members, how they connected to each other using the bind IP, and do the same thing here if you having that same MongoDB versions. Okay, you can do that. Now this is done. I have saved the file with the updated configuration. Now you need to restart your MongoDB. So restart it and see if it is restarting in a good way or not. It has been restarted, and you can see the transition to primary complete. That means it is started and it is working fine. So now our MongoDB is working fine with the authentication, with the replication. Now we need to add this member into the already existing replica set. So how we will do that? We will do it using this command. I am not able to run this command because I don't have much replica set members to add it here, but you can do the same using the host. Just mention the new member IP address here or the host name here. This is the port name. You can mention the priority 0 and port 0. You do not need to take care of it. Just use this, just copy this command and go to the primary member of the already existing replica set, and just you need to run this command, authenticate to it and run this command. So when you run this command now, it will actually told you that okay, it is added successfully and you are able to use that. So how you will see that if it is added or not? Just go and use rs.status. In the rs.status, let me authenticate to it. RS.status. In the RS.status, you will able to see a replica set group. So how now you will be able to see the newly added member in this list. I have only one server, that is why it is showing the inner primary state and the local host is this. But if you will add if you will add the MongoDB server to the already existing replica set, you can even found the newly added MongoDB IP, and it will be maybe in a secondary state. It will take it the priority as it is. So now your member has been added. So this is all about the today's topic that we have learned. Let's summarize it. We have learned firstly that how to convert the standalone Mongo server to the replica set member. Then we learned that how you can add a newly MongoDB member to a already existing replica set members and see the command for that, and you will you get to know that what are the configuration we need to change for this. So this is all about that, and if you have any comment or suggestion, just comment in the comment box, and if you want to mail me at you can even mail me at smartytechviz@gmail.com. So till then, take care, bye bye.